I can't promise you'll feel better after this, but I guarantee we'll talk about it, we'll laugh about it, and we'll go on with our day. So I recommend grabbing your favorite drink, grab your smokes, and let's hash this shit out. This is Talking at You, Season 2. Here's my show for tonight. I want to talk about vaccines. I know, bullshit, right? Maybe, maybe not. I'm fully boosted, but I don't get sick anyways. So maybe I'm one of God's chosen, if that's your guy. But I don't get sick. I've never had the flu. I can't remember the last time I've actually had a natural cold. I've been sick. Self-induced most of the time. A little bit of brown bottle flu, that kind of thing. But my biggest thing right now is the kids. I'm seeing a lot just with my own local area here and friends. I'm starting to notice kids getting sicker, babies getting very sick. Most of them pull through. Sure, they pull through, but at what cost? Do we know they're going to be okay? And if they're not okay, I don't know. You can only do so much. And if you don't do anything at all to prevent it, I don't know. I feel bad for the babies and the kids that don't have a choice because, their parents are hard-ass, whatever. Vaccine's going to kill my kids. I'm not taking the vaccine because whatever. They don't trust science. They don't trust Fauci. They don't trust Biden. It's like everything, all that set aside, this is your kids, man. It's like if it's a vaccine that could save them in the case that they get sick, it really should be done. Do it for them. If you're not going to do your own vaccine, whatever. But the kids don't have a choice. And in the end, if your kids get sick, just letting your kids get deathly ill and sick for a political reason is horribly selfish. I get it. They could die from a vaccine. Sure they could. They could die from any medicine you give them, really. But what happens in the event that your child dies and you did absolutely nothing? I'm saying you didn't mask, you didn't vaccine, you went to events, you brought it home, and one of your kids gets sick or possibly die, and you brought that to them. That was your fault. Are you going to be okay with it? I just can't imagine anybody being okay with the fact that their kid gets sick and dies from this because their immune system wasn't strong enough. And all that had to be done was either a vaccine or a mask or just a simple precaution. I don't know if I could live with that. Can you live with that? Could anybody live with the fact that they didn't do anything? They did absolutely nothing. Their kid dies from COVID. You know what? It's a flu. Sure, it's a flu. It's a flu that can be prevented. Why have to deal with more than one a year? To do nothing is to do nothing. If your kid dies because they got sick and deathly ill from the flu, from COVID, whatever reason, and you did nothing, is your fault. That's all on you. There's no feel sorry for me, feel sorry for my kid, give our family prayers. It's like, no, this is what you chose. It really is. I'll feel bad for the baby because the baby had no choice. I'll feel bad for the toddler because the toddler had no choice. But if you have a kid that's approved and able to get the vaccine and you did nothing to prevent it, then you chose your child's death. That's where it's at. You can't deny it. You can't say, well, we chose not to get the vaccine for the family. We chose not to get my 5-year-old the vaccine. And that's bullshit. It's like, you chose to, yes, but if your kid starts dying and they would not have died if they had the vaccine, there's only one person to blame for this, and that is you, the adult, the parent. There's no other person that can be blamed. To do nothing for your child to die, you chose your child to die. Now, if your child dies because they got the vaccine, that's a medical response to, it could have been anything. I don't wish that on anybody. Sure, it could happen. It's a much smaller chance than you got to weigh out the odds. What's the higher risk? The higher risk is your kid's going to die from COVID and they were open the vaccine. And if you get the vaccine, your kid still dies, the best you have going for you in that scenario is you tried. You did the best that science could deliver. You did the best recommendation there was out there, and the kid still died. You still died. Whatever. That is you trying. You did your very best to try. To do nothing is you did This is so repetitive. It's just, that is it. You did nothing. You can't say nothing in the outcome of a child dying when you were ignorant and said no to every single thing. If you went out skiing, if you went out to social events, you went out to sporting events, and then you bring it home to your unvaccinated kids, it's like, what do you want from society? I mean, where's the pity in that? You did nothing. Your family members died. You got nothing. You can't say, even at the end of all this COVID and everything works out well, it's like, where are the people that did nothing? Where do they stand? You didn't do anything. You didn't save the population. You didn't take your risk or your chances to save people. No. You just sat there and waited. You waited for everybody else to do their part, to take their chances, to get the vaccine so you didn't have to. You wanted just the world just to reopen with no work on your part at all. And whether you like it or not, this was a thing. COVID was a thing. We were in a pandemic, and everybody was responsible to do their part. The fact that nobody did anything. They did it till it was inconvenient for themselves. You couldn't go to a movie, or your kid couldn't go to a sporting event. They couldn't play in a certain sport. And it's like, they couldn't handle it for a year. It's like, if your kid's so socially dependent on their friends and sporting events that they just can't function, they got other mental issues to deal with. And whose fault is that? I mean, my kids, yeah, they held back. They had to stay home for a lot of stuff. Well, whether or not they will hate us for it, I don't know. But I get to enjoy knowing the fact that my family, as far as we know, never had a deathly illness. We never got sick. I know I never got sick. We've been all tested periodically. Just because we can't trust people. And I hate that there's mandates. I hate that there has to be mandates. I think that as a society, we should be able to govern ourselves. We should be able to do the better thing. We should be able to lock ourselves down and take the vaccine and know when to hold our kids back from things. And we're not there. We got to be treated like children. And that's sad. That is very sad that as a society, we can't not have a sporting event. We can't just sit back and relax and enjoy our family and know that we're safe. Why is this such a hard thing? I mean, what did we really do before COVID? What was our big family events that we went to? We didn't do shit. Everybody always, we can't go do this. We can't. And those people that say all this stuff, that are arguing that the whole system's broken and they're just fighting everything with the government. It's like, they didn't do anything different with their lives. They still forced people to be open. They still forced employees to be exposed to whatever they wanted. They still made restaurants be open. They still made sporting events happen because they need their entertainment. It's basically slavery, to entertain ourselves. We got movie stars. We got sports events. We got people that are falling like flies. People that are exposing themselves for our entertainment. And for what? For a year that we couldn't handle taking off? We need somebody to blame. We need, we got politics going crazy. We need our savior. We just need somebody to say is the savior. We need somebody to blame. It's ridiculous. People want religion. Religion's not working out. So what do they want? They want a politician. So they go after Trump. Trump is the guy that everybody thinks is going to save everything. It's going to turn the world around. He don't give two shits. He's making money. He's destroying the Republican Party. He's going to take all that money and run when he doesn't actually run for office in 2024. And no one sees it coming. They don't want to believe it's going to happen. I mean, at this point, they want to think that JFK is alive. It's like, Junior died, man. He's gone. Michael Jackson's dead. Just let it go. You want to believe all this bullshit stuff. It's like, and you're not even paying attention to anything that matters. The world is exploding. The world is setting itself on fire. If this virus is a bioterrorism war, then fine. That's what it is. But why aren't you taking that serious if that's the case? If China's coming after us with a war of, viruses, and America's doing its best to, fight that, take the vaccine. We're fighting it back. But if you want to fight it off and help the terrorists, destroy the world, then that's your call. But politics are politics. whether they're corrupt or not, whether the voting was a sham. It's like, Trump got in office. Who knows? It was flawed. People like that don't become president. People like Hillary don't become president. It's like Biden. People like Biden don't become president. It's like, but it happens. That's why we have a vote every 4 years, so we can change the wrongs. Let democracy be democracy. It's like we change what we want to what we want. Is it really a democracy? Like if all the people want it, sure. But we can't just like a year into it decide, no, we don't like this person, let's move on to the next. It's like, you're never going to get a good outcome. Just wait the 4 years, let the damage be done, we'll fix it in the next 4 years. It's like, that is our system, we have to deal with it. People seem to be wanting to push Trump in there and like turn him into a dictator, and it's like, why is this a good thing? Why is anybody in there for more than 4 years a good thing? He's not a good person. Biden's likely not a good person. It's a politician. We're never going to have a good politician. We're never going to have the model president. We'll have guys in there, you got like Clinton or Obama or, like Bush, We'll have presidents that go in there and they'll do nothing basically and just kind of coast it out. And that's really all we need. We just need presidential faces for the world. America can sustain itself as long as we don't go bullshit crazy and start, shooting bazookas at each other. Damn. It's like, our Second Amendment's not going nowhere, people. Guns are forever going to be here. It's like, we don't need the big ass guns, because in the end of the days, it's like, if the government ever tries to take over the people, or I don't know, you can't fight the military. If anybody takes over the world, the military's taking over the world. And what do you think? Do you think your arsenal in your basement's going to hold them off? No. You're dead as soon as they come after you. They're going to shoot your family. They're going to kill your family. They're going to take your guns and your ammo. And that's all there is to it. You can shoot whatever you want. Do you have a jet in the backyard? Do you have a stealth bomber? Do you have nukes? Do you have RPGs? Whatever you have, you don't have enough. You do not have enough. So fighting that battle is the end of the world deal where you're never going to win. You might as well just sit in the back, drink your beers, drive your big ass pickup trucks, blow shit up in the backyard, barbecue, have your parties. It's like, if you want your old America back, just live it. Live the way you were living. Pre-Trump, pre-everything. It's like, the rights are still there. No one has lost a single right since COVID. Everybody wants to talk about that, but it's like, what rights have we lost? My life has not changed in any little bit. My life has only gotten better. I've started businesses. I've advanced. I've actually gained an income. It's like, it's really not that bad. You're only making it bad. So if you want to be all pro-America, then great. Pro-America. Yay, America. Fly the flag. But don't fly the fucking Trump flag underneath it. Don't fly any flag underneath it. Go out there and live. Just be the person you were before COVID. You know what? You might have to wear a mask, but it's coming to an end soon. It seems so damn dumb. What is changing? What is changed in any of our lives other than inconvenience of having to be responsible and maybe fight off an actual pandemic so we don't have to have 2 flus? We're looking at going to normal. We're calling COVID normal because we don't want to adjust. We don't want to try to fight it off and maybe make it go away, because that would be the best plan. So now we're going to have a winter flu and we're going to have an all-year flu. That's what we've decided we want to live with. I don't understand why we're living with that. How we could have made it so much easier. It really makes no sense. This is what people wanted. This is what your normal is going to be. It's going to keep killing people off. And at this point, the government and everybody, the scientists, they're saying, fuck it all. We know what we got to do to stay alive. And they're going to let the population start dying. And that's where it's at. It's exactly where it's going to be. Because nobody wants to do anything to sacrifice anything. We're a selfish population. Not just America, the whole damn world. You got cops fighting unnecessary riots. For what reason? Because you can't go to Burger King? I mean, really? It's not necessary. I mean, you're all sitting there listening to celebrities like Joe Rogan with no fucking clue. It's like no background, no reason to even listen to him. Game show host, basically, that has celebrity friends. Why the hell does anybody care what he's got to say? I mean, you're going to go out there and say fucking sheep medicine because he says it made him feel better. Well, guess what? He's fucking on steroids and all kinds of shit, and look at the size of him compared to where he used to be. The guy takes all kinds of shit in his system. Doesn't make him a fucking, a scientist. I mean, he probably takes fucking bull pills and horse tranquilizers and shit. Guy's got no fucking neck. I mean, shit, you can drink a pint of fucking whiskey and yeah, you're gonna feel awesome until morning. But yeah, don't put your beliefs on your kids. Your kids are gonna die. This is long term. We can all get over this. I mean, I'm sure I'll get COVID someday, but it ain't gonna matter when I get it. Hell, I'm boosted, I'm ready to go, and I'm probably already, before COVID even hit, naturally immune to it. I mean, if you don't want to do anything, that's fine. Don't do anything and then expose other people to it. Don't be a dumbass. I mean, wear a mask if you're around people and you don't want to get a vaccine. I don't understand people. It's like, well, why should I have to do this? Why should I do that? It's like, you don't have to. No one's making you do shit. The minute you go out in public, you're making other people do shit. I mean, how is this hard? How is this hard to understand? All right. I don't know if it mattered. I don't know if it helped. It probably didn't. Anybody, you watch the videos. If you think dead people are still alive, you're a fucking idiot. So you're not going to listen to this. You probably never made it this far. I didn't use big words, but there are probably some words in there you couldn't understand, so you had to look it up and you lost connection. I don't know. This has been Rob, talking at you. I think this is going to be my last COVID rant. So after this, I'm only doing interviews. And if you want to do an interview, that's fine. If you want to do one about COVID, we're going to have to pick something else because I can't keep fighting this stupid. All right? This is Rob. Been fun talking at you. Later. Bye.